welcome back to the podcast, everyone. As you can see, not the normal studio setup. Today's a very exciting episode because for the very first time we are taking the podcast out on the open road. So buckle up, come and join me and Paul. We're heading over to the Stretford Mall in Manchester. We're going to sit down with a couple of our colleagues, Dom and Mike. We'll have a bit of a deep dive into their careers in security and a bit of information about their site and what's coming up down there. Let's do it.
Right guys, and just like that, we are on location. Welcome back, episode 30, and I'm here with co-host Paul. How are you, mate?
Morning, Alex. Yeah.
And we are on location at the Stretford Mall, as you've seen in the pre-intro, with our two colleagues, who I'll let introduce themselves.
I'm Dominic.
And I'm Mike.
Fantastic. Well, welcome to the podcast, guys. Thanks for coming on. We'll start with you, Mike. Just give us a bit of a background on yourself, your journey through security, how long you've been in the industry and that sort of stuff.
Basically, I joined security by accident. I went to an agency one day looking for some work, and this was before the SIA badge was obviously in place. And the agency got a phone call while I was at the desk, and they needed a front of house, they were calling it, personnel on 1 Piccadilly Gardens in Manchester. It had just opened, the rebuild, so I literally went straight from the interview to
site.
Yeah.
Straight.
Yeah.
So when was that? Sort of early 2000s?
That would have been, yeah, about 2002, I reckon. 2003 possibly.
So you kind of seen the full journey pre-SAA, SAA.
Yeah, I had to, literally in that job, we had to do the MVQ on site, on location, all 8 of us one day to obviously get SIA badged up and qualified.
So what's your journey been like from there? How long were you down there for?
Well, I started with them on front of house and they did 13 years with them, and I made it from front of house to operations manager in that time. So I was looking after the Greater Manchester portfolio.
Really?
1 St Peter's Square, 1 Piccadilly Gardens, Piccadilly Place, and the Hive on Lever Street being some of the buildings.
Fantastic. And was that the move then from there to here where you are now?
No, basically I found myself behind the PC all day, every day, laptop, taking it home, and I kind of missed the frontline work a little bit. So I looked for something more in the middle, something that I'd have me hands-on and management, which is kind of how I've ended up here now. I tried Paul's job in between what he's doing now, which was good.
It's challenging though. I mean, I myself as well, and it's challenge.
It's both ends in it. You've got the worries of the staff, and then you've got the expectations of the management and the client as well. So yeah, no, it's not the easiest role.
So in your role now, having that experience, do you find that gives you like a nice little insight into managing your team, managing their expectations, whilst thinking in the back of your mind, you'll know kind of what Paul's going through in his day job?
Yeah, I mean, I did a diploma in facilities management, so I kind of understand what my clients want and need as well, behind the scenes.
We've had this chat early on, didn't we?
Yeah, so it's good. That's where I can balance it up. I know what the guys are doing on the ground. I know what the client wants. I know what a depth's expectation is, and I can pull it all together and kind of make it realistic in some ways, because obviously sometimes expectations can be unrealistic, especially if you've gone through, say, cuts or change in the way your team's working, or something's been added to your portfolio.
Yeah, 100%.
So
So how long have you been here now?
This one will be 9 years in December.
Wow, that's interesting. Dom, yourself?
Oh, well, mine isn't that in depth, to be fair. I've only been in security for around about. I got my badge about 3.5 years ago, maybe 4 years ago. Because I live around here, I came in through the mall one day, saw a friend of mine that was working here and said, "Have you got any jobs in here?" And he said, "Yeah, give me a minute," went upstairs, spoke to the duty manager, and I started in the mall. I think it was the Monday after, and I've been here ever since. But yeah, not as plenty as my...
What were you doing before? What's your background? Is it trade or just a bit of everything?
Bit of everything, all sorts, anything I could do. You know, this is the first time that I've actually done anything of, like, with a bit of a badge to it, qualification behind it, anything like that, you know.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's weird. I don't think anyone plans on getting into security, and you just end up here. It's a bizarre industry for that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Dom's. We had that discussion. Well, twice now we have. How you sort of ended up in here, and it's totally different to Mike's. And Mike, before security, where was you before that? You've left that big chunk out.
Yeah, I mean, I was in the military before that, so in theory, I mean, I've done security since I've left school.
Were you straight into the armed forces after school?
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I had a couple of, like, I worked in a Eccles Cakes for a couple of months, and, you know, tried my hand at a couple of little bits. Mainly waiting to put weight on to get into the military. I was quite skinny.
So you're working in the right place then, yeah?
Yeah. I got turned down because I was underweight originally, but it was a case of, you know, go and feed yourself up, go to the gym, come back in 6 months, and let's see if we've got you there.
How long did you do in the... Was it the army that you went into?
It was actually the RAF regiment, so they've got their own parachute regiment, 2 squadron. I served on that and went to Kuwait and Iraq with them.
Oh, really?
The second Iraq war, I did, I think, 7 months out there from start to finish.
Wow.
So yeah, it's kind of, when I left the military, what my dad said at the time is, you're probably going to end up in security. It's very cliche, and I was like, oh no, you know, and I was aiming to try and join the fire brigade at the time, but it just didn't work out. It was a numbers game. So yeah, I kind of bounced about a couple of agencies, and that's how I ended up.
Security. That's wild. And fast forward to today, your dad was right all along?
Well, yeah. I mean, he can't say much because he's in the game himself, so... And it was me that gave him his first job in the security industry. So,
I was here last week, and obviously the three of us had a good catch up, and we were talking. Obviously, Alex just introed me back into today, but we were talking about actually what's going on here at Stretford at the moment, and how you've seen everything inside this mall being really busy, very popular. So how it's kind of gone.
Yeah.
You know, the way it's gone.
Yeah.
To now, obviously, the upgrade of having the outside.
Yeah.
Mall, if you like. The outs, you know.
Yeah. That you've ruined my agenda of questions.
Have you really? Yeah. Sorry.
No, you're fine, mate.
Sorry. This was something I wanted to ask them, because I know you love the. I know you both do, because you're both here and you're both passionate about here. And Craig obviously shares that with you.
Yeah.
What are you going to miss about the place? Even though it's still here and you're literally working feet away, but...
What am I going to miss about the place? A roof over my head.
A roof, fair.
So just
That's a good point.
So just for context, this is obviously, we're filming on site, and it's a mall that was built in what, the 50s?
50s, yeah.
That is being levelled, and kind of 100 yards or so where there's an all new kind of precinct, high street.
Yeah.
I'm guessing a lot of the shops and units that were in here are moving over there, and new ones as well. So you've got no roof.
No roof.
Exposed to the elements.
Exposed to the elements.
So we need to get some good uniform, don't we?
I'll be all right.
I'll be all right.
I'm a grown man. I'll be fine. Yeah.
So I mean, what did a typical? Because obviously you guys have been here for quite a while now. What did a typical day here look like, and what do you kind of expect it to? Do you expect it to change much in the new place, or?
I think the key difference that we're going to have is with the roof on, we had people from the local community kind of come in here and
Seek refuge.
yeah, especially elderly, who may not live with people. It was a place for them to all come together and kind of have a brew.
Bit of a community hub.
Yeah, exactly. And being here 9 years, and Dom literally lives just across the way.
Yeah.
So we're part of that community as well. So
I get a lot of
think
people
it
know
would
you
be-
guys by name.
Well, yeah,
It's
100%.
ridiculous. I walk around with them and it's like, guys, I'm here.
Yeah, we're constantly saying hello to everybody.
Which is great, yeah.
So I think that will be the biggest loss into maybe the summer. It might be that people come and
Yeah.
sit outside, but we're talking December through to
March.
yeah, like we're gonna have no roof. Nobody's not one gonna come out and sit outside now. And then them elderly people that kind of use that as a foundation for their day.
I mean, maybe there's something that could be done with some of the units to create like that community sense of belonging. Maybe they have
Yeah,
coffee mornings or stuff like that.
Yeah, they are looking at options, but I mean, this was pretty much we'd have the same people every day. Every
day,
different band or same people. Mainly dependent on football results. The band.
Yeah, exactly. It's something we're going to touch on with Craig and Amber later. It's kind of, obviously, the high street has changed dramatically over like the last 20, 30 years, and is ever changing as well. You know, people online shopping and all that sort of nonsense. What have you guys seen different over the last couple of years? I mean, have you seen big changes, or? So obviously that's a big part of your interaction. It's the shoppers, isn't it?
When I first come here, part of my interview process was they were just starting to demolish the old market space. So it was going to be a project that had a construction site and was open to the public.
Bit like what it is now.
Yeah. So basically part of my experience in working in town where we'd been building buildings but having open areas as well, part of that experience was brought here. You know, that was key. But the market was already evicted at that point, or evacuated. There was no tenants left at that point. It was just a straight on demolition. And then from that side, I've seen new owners come in, and I've seen this side been brought down as well. So, I mean, I've been here from the start of the demolition, and now walking up and down here is kind of surreal to know that in the next couple of years.
So when's the plan for this to get levelled?
I mean, ASAP is kind of what I hear, but obviously, I mean, budgets.
So, I mean, our team will play a massive part in that deconstruction of this building. So obviously, I'm sure the local undesirables will be aware, and I'm sure they'll be sniffing around for, you know, parts, copper, all that sort of stuff. So.
I mean, we've already had bits of that with the building site. It was only probably a couple of weeks ago I had to let a dog team on to the building site.
Really?
Just to...
That's wild.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of them. I opened the gate and walked straight in to let them in, and they were like, come back out, you. But the last thing we want is your scent on there. And they just do the whole site with the dogs.
So, I mean, how long have you guys been with Adepts now? How long's the contract been with us?
9 months.
Yeah,
It was this April.
months,
Was it
is
this April?
February,
Sorry.
yeah.
February. So, I mean, how many sort of companies had you gone through previously
So I've been with 3 on this contract.
on this contract? What's have you seen much evolve in terms of how the contract managed throughout those 3 companies, or has it been much of a muchness?
No, with each change of company, there's there's been a change in what's being delivered slightly, or what's expected slightly, or even just what was here, because obviously with the first company we had the whole mall and the market. With the second company that we've just left, that's when we started the demolition of this side, and then you guys only know this part now with the high street, so it has changed, and there's been a reduction in hours, you know, to suit each time that the mall's been chopped at, kind of. The team's been kind of, what would you call it? Like
Adjusted accordingly.
Yeah. How have you guys, obviously we came on in February, how have you guys found the journey with Adapt? Dom?
Oh, sorry.
No, okay.
Fine for me.
Yeah?
Yeah, fine for me. I just keep trucking, you know, coming into work. There's been no issues.
Cool. Well,
I mean,
you can give it what's and all.
no, I mean,
You can edit it out.
yeah. Obviously, with any change, there's getting used to it. There's things that you guys do differently from our last company. There's things that you guys do better. There's things that they did better. You know, as a manager on site that reports straight to a line manager within Adept, I've kind of found that I've been supported quite well since Paul's come into play, and I've found that things have started to work for the client since Paul's been in play. Before Paul, obviously, we were still finding our feet as a new contract.
That transition.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
With a bit of bedding in, Paul's now doing.
I think-
Slip him a fiver later, Paul.
yeah,
Slip him a fiver later.
No, it's not. Do you know what though? It's not. That's obviously that's nice to hear, but it's just getting to. I mean, I remember my first interaction with Dom, and I'm thinking, just don't hit me. He was upset about his holidays and everything else. He wasn't aggressive as that, Dom. I'm joking.
I was going to say.
But he was, you know, he wanted questions answering. So, you know, he hadn't had them answered.
Yeah.
And I think it's just. If you ring me or you message me, it's getting back to the guys. It's being here and having that interaction and just listening, you know, and dealing with it, whatever it is the team. And it's not just here; it's everywhere. But and it is hard to be everywhere. And it's funny. Mike touched a bit ago the story of understanding my role. I think our first interaction, we had that chat, and you were kind of, you know, and it was mutual, wasn't it? If you picked up the phone to me, you needed me. It was. And I think it's always been there.
I mean, in the first couple of months, there was a little bit of chasing, you know, obviously with the toupee and stuff.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And at the time, I mean, I was pretty savvy with being online and watching the movements that Adept make, the podcast, LinkedIn. So I knew you guys had won a little bit of work all at once. So I was very compassionate in my head. You know, if I didn't get a call back straight away, I was like, yeah, I have no doubt these guys are really busy at the minute. But that's for me then to project that onto the lads, you know, when I'm trying to give the answer to.
Yeah.
So, you know, in an ideal world, you win one contract at a time and you get to put all your resources into
Never happens that way. But we talked about in the last episode we had Charter Walk in Burnley, which was a big contract in terms of revenue, staff, close to 30 staff. We had ID Logistics over in Yorkshire, which was 8 staff. And then we had a contract in Derby as well, which was I think 4 or 5, all on the same day.
And ID has already moved up with staff. We've already put, you know, the contract's already got bigger.
So you're quite right.
I think we had a conversation about them too, didn't we?
Yeah, it's like buses, isn't it? You're waiting for ages for one and then 3 come along. And
Absolutely, yeah.
But it's just about like communication, and I think we're there, aren't we? It's nice. I enjoyed last week. Last week was a nice chat. It was good.
I was going to say, I saw your post on LinkedIn, which was nice to see. Kind of, obviously, you know, people in the office side of the business regularly post about, you know, like being on site and spending time with staff and this, that, and the other. It was nice to see that coming from you guys to say we're actually engaged. And
yeah, no, it's good. It's good.
He did slip me a fiver for that one.
Wait, one a Costa and a K.
It was probably the cost of the cake that might
the bait,
have got I think I'll be honest with you. Nick was like, "You obviously done something there to get a response out of Mike." I was like,
I'm not going to tell him what.
"Just a coffee."
So I mean, hopes and stuff for the future. I mean, like we said, that's going to be opening fully a few months, we think.
I mean, it's kind of open. I mean, I think we were waiting for the multi-story to open, and then when they knocked that through, and then they put the hoarding round this side, and this is officially closed. I think that's when people will feel it's officially open. Then.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the moment we've got a couple of fit outs going on. 5 stores are already in. Home Bargain are back open. So.
I think Costa are literally moving over today, aren't they?
Yeah. When we turned up, I was like, "I've got my coffee and my cake today."
So again, lots of changes as well for you guys from a day-to-day point of view, because the existing control room will shut at some point. All that feed will be moved over to the nice shiny new
Control room,
nice shiny new space, all new toys and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Exciting, makes life a bit more easier for you guys, I suppose, doesn't it? Having modern equipment.
Yeah, I mean, right now it is a bit more difficult having the 2 spaces open, because obviously 2 control rooms, there's a little bit of like you backward and forward between the 2, whereas when we're in the one, that's where we are then. Yeah. Now it's a bit of a mix. Yeah. You're backward and forward between the 2.
And it is lovely over there, isn't it?
It's all modernised and what have you now. So yeah, I actually I'm looking forward to getting in there. To be fair,
yeah.
Then we can settle then in there. Whereas right now it's a little bit more up here. Yeah. And then once we're in there, we can settle into there and hopefully smooth sailing from there then.
Yeah. The client have really looked after you, haven't they? Because the staff room and everything in the kitchen over there, everything just looks great. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's decent.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah.
It's a far cry from what we've got, obviously, because this was built in the 50s. It's feeling it now I mean, it's feeling it in the public realm, but behind the scenes, obviously, it really is.
So, what do you guys like best about working here? Obviously, aside from getting cakes and coffees from Paul.
I believe it's working for me, but I mean, I might be. No, I'm joking.
I don't think that's fine either. It's not a bad. I know you're big in yourself, but I only ever get positive feedback from the likes of Dom and Dylan and Josiah and stuff. Yeah. We've
actually created a team that's mainly made up of pretty local people. So it's took like 3-4 years to get a team that we had that has settled. Like, there's no one that's not been with us now for less than 2 years.
Oh yeah, 2 years.
So it took us a little while, but we've built it up from people from the local area, which it really helps with shoplifters. It really helps with working with the community. It really, any aspect of the job, the local kids, they all recognise who we are. They all know us anyway,
Yeah.
And they tend to behave, especially the kids, because they'll see us out of work as well. So it's like, I don't think there's a shoplifter around here that does not know my name or your name.
Me too.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah,
and they know they have to kind of, they know they'll see us after, say, when they've been in, they'll see us out and about on a day off or what have you. I mean, not that it's just, then they'll say, "Oh, are you okay?" And yeah, I'm all right. You all right? Like that. You keep them sweet. Oh,
I mean, we've got Josiah. He's got like little old women bringing him in cakes and all sorts.
Yeah.
And it's that kind of thing. I think, like, the guys, we're settled. We all know each other. We're all familiar.
Yeah.
Know the name of Dom's kids, and Josiah knows Dom, and everybody knows each other.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a really good balance.
Yeah, we are really, really quite tight knit, aren't we?
Yeah.
That's really interesting, because you only have to stick the news on to see kind of the stats and the stories around shoplifting and retail crime and all that sort of stuff. So I think that's a really good point about kind of recruiting from the community. It's almost like treading on your own toes, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's like a nice, healthy level of respect between the community to you guys. I mean, you can see it from the stories that you guys have given us about, you know, people bringing you cakes and stuff.
I mean, even shoplifting now, it's not what it used to be. A shoplifter you could kind of spot quite easily. They were shoplifting for a particular reason. And now, like, literally anyone could shoplift. I mean, I think life, money, pressures, you know, we find that decent people
You wouldn't expect.
are finding themselves doing it now, and that's for us to kind of level out and manage.
How do you guys manage that when you come across it?
I mean, I had one recently, and the store was a little bit, they expected a little bit more from myself, I think, but it was a mother that had robbed alphabet letters, and I think it was some spaghetti hoops, bottom of the pram, paid for the chunk of the shopping, but just left a couple of items at the bottom of the pram. And to manage that, I think, is more different than someone who you know is coming in to get gain.
Fill in a bag, running off.
To get gain, to go and, I don't know, maybe get some drugs or alcohol or whatever it is. It's a total different script, and it needs to be managed completely different. So, you know, with that kind of stuff, it would be a warning. I can't not stop the store manager from banning you, but I would be a little bit more open-minded to not banning that person from the mall completely. Again,
it's taking each case individually on merit. I'm sure you, like you said, you'll get a feel for someone who's a serial shoplifter. I'm sure that, you know, you can spot them a mile off.
Especially when you've done that.
I mean, if someone's hiding a tin of spaghetti hoops in the pram, they're struggling, aren't they?
Well, this is it, and it's not.
And I'm not condemning. Yeah, I'm not condemning that someone should be stealing well, I'm just agreeing with Mike that there's a way to handle a situation.
Yeah, there's a difference. Yeah. There's a massive difference, and how you handle that moment can determine how that person carries on then as well. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I would never shame anyone. I don't, you know, even if I catch a known shoplifter or repeat offender, I'll still try and do it on a down low, so it's not very embarrassing for that person, you know, with respect. And I think that's how 9 out of 10 times we get the respect back. No, if it's one of our regulars, they'll literally just give us the bag and say, sorry, mate.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah. It's really interesting. Different, you know, a different way of tackling and combating the behaviour.
We do get a lot of that, don't we, where they will just say, oh, fair copy, yeah.
Don't get me wrong, 2 hours later they'll be trying again and we'll be having the same conversation, but what we try and do is try and maintain respect. And, you know, I think that's why a lot of the shoplifters do know us first names. I mean, I've had a couple of them come in and all they're trying to take is a sandwich, and we had Pound Bakery. The sandwiches were £1.20, £1.40. I don't know how many times I've took somebody in Pound Bakery and bought them a sandwich, you know, just to take the edge off the day. And then I tend to find for the rest of the day, they won't come back then. They would, you know, there's a bit of respect in that. And for £1.40.
Fair play, Mike. Fair play.
It's like I say, it's a different way of doing it. I mean, I've been in security a long time myself, and you see some contracts where the client's expectation is almost to be like a military or police style of handling it, and it's very much hands-on. It's like get out and banning orders and all that sort of stuff in it.
In the last 12 months, I've been in a situation where the local shoplifters have actually assisted myself with a unknown quantity, like an out and area shoplifter.
Really?
Who's been getting aggressive.
Yeah.
And they've literally come over and gone, it's all right, Mike, we'll sort this one out for you, and just walked him out.
Really?
Yeah. And that is the
crazy.
that is the balance we've got with them round there. Honestly,
That's wild.
It's good.
It's like you say, them moments where they have been shoplifting, and you say, listen, you know, you don't need, I'll just put that back and I'll buy you a sandwich. And I think they appreciate it to a level, like you're saying, the respect that you get for that. When they're passing through, sometimes, like I know when they come through the door there what their game is, but when they see me, they know that I know what their game is. And because of the interactions we've had before, I've had them turn around and walk out.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what that's, you know.
So it's de-escalation before de-escalation even starts.
Yeah. And because of the local, like Mike said, I literally live not even a 5 minute walk from here, and I know, you know, everybody within a radius of about 2 or 3 miles, and everyone knows me. So, you know, and that's all ranges of walks of life, you know, and ages and what have you. So when they come in, you know, I know what they're up to. They know what I'm up to.
I see it on the visits, mate, when I'm walking around with you.
Yeah, you know.
It's not harsh to say they are still part of the community.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And a lot of them grew up round there, and that's why they've gravitated to this point. You know, Stretford Mall, a lot of people, even if it's just a little bit of begging, sometimes it's not necessarily shoplifting. They might just ask for money off people they recognise from years gone by. So
yeah, and it's the thing is with the location of the mall as well, it is very, very central to Stretford. People use it as a cut through just to go from one end of Stretford to the other. So you're seeing people all day, every day, you know, cutting through some 2-3 times a day, you know. So yeah,
it's good. You know what? It's good to watch. It's good to watch because sometimes you expect that, you know, going to deal with a shoplifter is going to bring some kind of aggy behaviour.
yeah.
And it's, for us, I think maybe 1 out of 20 we get. Some
it's
that's a little bit.
Number.
Yeah, we do good.
That's testament to the job that you guys have done here over the years and built that kind of sense of community with everyone.
Yeah, exactly. And we see it sometimes because when we get a new guy who's covering, obviously he doesn't have the recognition of these people, and you know,
You have to kind of guide that.
Because it is regular. It's endless. I mean, and same person, what, 4, 5, 6 times maybe sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially if unsuccessful. They've got nothing to lose. And then it's not like we're doing them any favours because, you know, we've got Sale down the road in Urmston who we know the security team on Sale. We know the guys at Urmston. So it's not like pushing them off. We're just pushing the problem to another mall.
Yeah.
So it's relentless, but
It's just everyday life now, isn't it?
it's
Not just here, just any shopping centre, any.
it's the cat and the mouse, innit? Basically. And if there's no mice, why do you need a cat?
True. Good analogy, I like that. So we're going to move on to some good news stories, Paul. We've just closed very recently Q3's reward and recognition scheme. So got the winners here. If you guys want to announce it for our working masses, that'd be really nice. So do a couple each if you want. So you got the award and then the person. So if you read that, and then Paul will give a bit of a spiel about each.
So this is the award, and that's
that's
okay. Delivering an A-grade service, James King from Brunel Shopping Centre.
Yeah, so James is a supervisor at Brunel. One of 2, Anon's the other one. And yeah, we just got some great feedback from Ross, the client there. James has just been going above and beyond, just managing difficult situations. I think he'd single-handedly sorted out a load of the guys' holidays in a weekend. So yeah, big shout out, James. Well done.
Helping communities thrive is
Babacar Ishag.
Babacar, yeah. It's just everyone loves Babacar, don't they? Everyone wants him somewhere.
The feedback that we get for Babacar is incredible. Every meeting we go to at the minute is, Babacar, come here.
Yeah, I think he's I don't think I know he's at Stanford today, yeah. So yeah, big shout out Babacar.
And then the team award is it ABC Security?
Yeah, so John again, regularly telling me about John and Asim and Saeed. They just give a great service there, and what the team have to deal with the clients within ABC, all the film crews, BBC. There's a lot. So yeah, big shout out to the team there at ABC. Well done.
And then last but not least, people first. I'm gonna try this second name. Is it Emmanuel Adede?
Yeah. So Emmanuel is part of our mobile response, and he dealt with a situation here.
Yes.
Assisting Mike. I think he was a first responder. Sadly, someone had lost their life, passed away here, and Emmanuel had just literally turned up at the time and was a big help to you guys on site.
That's right. So you did say, Mike, last but not least, but there is one award that's missing off there.
Oh.
So it's our acting with uncompromising integrity and honesty.
And that award goes to you.
And
also goes to you because of what you produced that Sunday, mate. I know we won't go too much into it, but just the feedback. I know you got the feedback and the client here, just what you did for the family, the dignity for the lady in question, and the lengths you went to try and save a life, mate, was phenomenal. And with Emmanuel and the wider team, but obviously you two, just the two names from the client and what the feedback I got from you, because I came the Sunday morning to speak to him.
Yeah, you did.
We had a good debrief about the whole thing. Honestly, Mike, just amazing. I think I said to you then, and I know you said until you're in the moment, but the fact what you did, and I won't go into details, but what you did for that lady and the way you give her the best chance. I mean, to the point where the paramedics have arrived on site and they've not even disturbed Mike. They've just basically said, you're doing what I would be doing. You just and they set themselves up. I think that award doesn't do anything for what I mean, it does. It shows appreciation, and it's picked not by the management team. That your wider peers have picked that, mate, as you how it's done. It's just
well deserved. Well deserved.
I mean, you can speak better than me. You know what he goes. You know.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't there on the day, but anybody that puts themselves in that position at that exact moment in time, it's. I myself, I've never been in it, and I never ever want to be in that position. But the way in which it was dealt with, the way Mike dealt with it, just.
I mean, the lady's family was on site, and the fact that you got the family away into a management suite here and just kept them away from the situation. Just you dealt with every single aspect of it impeccably.
Yeah, every minor detail,
honestly,
everything. Yeah.
so very well done.
Thank you.
Well done, mate. Honestly, yeah.
And a nice note to end that segment of the episode on. So, Mike, Dom, thank you so much for your hospitality so far and for coming on and speaking and sharing your stories with us. It's much appreciated.
Welcome.
Cheers, guys.
Yep, never again. Thank you.